So yesterday we are doing some program on the Spring Boot JPA, right? We already tried how to fetch data from the database by using Spring Boot REST API and database connection as a JPA. Okay, we written some interface that extends JPA repository. Okay, and what are there different methods on the JPA repository? We already tried. This get method, this post method also we tried. Okay, post method I think we got some issues. Okay, just we try this to solve this. I already solved. I'll tell what is the reason. Just open Postman. So in this Postman tool, yesterday what we done, get method to get the all employee data or student data. Okay, to get only specific student data. And next one is we tried with a to insert a new student data. That we tried, but yesterday not worked. There is some problem with the table creation query, I think, not coding side. Okay, yesterday we tried with this table creation. This logic may be somewhere giving error. That is why I dropped the table student 1. Okay, after that there is no student 1. I am asking to create table directly with the Spring Boot JPA or Hibernate. How to tell to Hibernate to create itself the table if it not exist? There is a one key we have to specify in Hibernate. Anyone remember that?
Update.
What is the key? Value is update fine. Key is
HPM to DDL auto.
yes, right. Okay, there is a one key is there, HPM to DDL auto. We have to set to update. There are multiple values are there, maybe create, update. Okay, so there are some more, none. That we set in the Hibernate properties file. How we set? There is some session factory class, session factory we created. In the session factory, we mention this property. But in terms of Hibernate, with the Spring Boot JPA, this is the key. This key will change something. Hibernate to DDL is same, but in prefix there is a Spring JPA. Okay, Spring JPA Hibernate DDL auto equal to update. What are the possible values? Create, drop, none. None means nothing, like don't do anything. If table not there, throw error. If table is there, use that. Update means if table not there, create. Okay, if table is there, use that. Validate means just check validation is correct or not. If table is there or not. If it's not there, you'll throw error. Okay, create drop means what? It will create the table. If it not exist, so not correct. So create means what? Even if it exists, it will drop first and create again. Okay, even if it exists, it will drop first and create again. That is only for testing purpose, but in the production we can use the only update one. It's a perfect one. Now I delete the student 1 table. See here there is no student 1. In my Podo class, I represented the class name is a student 1 student. The corresponding table name is student 1. Okay. If a table student 1 not there, what it will do? It will be created. To know that table is created or not, we want to see the SQL queries what generating the by Spring Boot JPA or Hibernate. How to see that queries in the console? While Spring Boot executing some queries in database, we can see that queries in the console.
So SQL true.
So SQL we have to set to true. Okay, that is one thing. Now I am running the application with the main method Spring Boot HDB application. Running the application and see this here output. Observe clearly, you will get something. So table not there, that's why it is creating the table. How it is creating? This is the structure. Yesterday we did something mistake, that's why it is not updated. So now I'm asking to Hibernate to create itself only database table. It is created. How to validate? Go to database and show tables. Student 1 is created. Okay, now I'm asking to insert data. To insert what is the URL I created? This is save EMP or save student is fine. This student, right? Save student. Okay, it is reloaded. Now URL, just mention this save student. Okay, save std. For this every input, we have to send some body in the HTTP request. That body contains some JSON data. Okay, just don't think about consumes. Consume is what input type I'm receiving. What input type this controller receiving? This JSON type. By default is JSON, I think. So if you want to specify manually, we can tell consumes. Okay, and whenever we send a request, I'm giving the data, last name, first name, and age. Last name, first name, age I'm providing, but ID value I'm not giving in the JSON. Who will create? Hibernate will create the corresponding ID value. What is the ID value? We have to use some generator concept to automatically generate the ID based on the last generated value. So the first time, right, it will generate 1. Just check that. Send the request. It is completed. Student data inserted. Go database and see the output. Student 1. There is a data is inserted. I want to send one more row. Check here. We got data. This ID who is given? Client will not provide ID. The framework will decide what is the ID value has to be inserted. That is the functionality of generator concept. This generator already I told in the Hibernate. Just refer the corresponding concept. Next, go for next operation. It is update. I want to update the existing data. Example here started there as the last name. I want to update to something else. How to update? We have to write one controller. We have to write one controller exactly same as post mapping, put mapping. This is a save history. Already written. Update std. Okay, it's already written. Just see this. Functionality is same, only annotation will be different. This is for post mapping. Post for what? To create new data at server side. Put mapping for to update existing data at server side. Okay. So remaining all are same. Just go to this update as student. Take a URL. This is post to create new one. See for put mapping. Okay. Body. How to select body? Click on body. If you want to give some JSON data, click on raw, then JSON. Then write over JSON here. I want to update existing data. Existing data, how to decide? Based on ID. Based on primary key, we can say that existing data. So existing data meant what? I want to change instead of star to Java. How to change this here? Based on ID, I can tell, because there may be a chance of age duplicated, first name duplicated, but IDs cannot be duplicated. So that with respect to ID, I can say this is a value I have to update. So if I want to update Java here, how to update? Take the URL here, call the save EMP. Okay, create another method, update EMP already there. Yesterday I written, I think. Update EMP. In the update EMP, I'm passing student data. Okay, I have to use only save method, save it for to update and insert, both purpose. How it will decide? Based on the primary key ID. Whatever primary key ID present in the database, then automatically it will be updated. Okay, student data updated successfully. Student data not updated. Okay, fine. Next, update EMP. How to call this from the controller? This is already done. It will insert into database or update in database. Now, whenever we are sending a data to update EMP or update student, I have to provide the ID. Otherwise, how it will decide? Check here, it will show error. Post method not supported. Okay, this is put method. If you go to put method, we have to update data based on ID. Provide ID value. ID equal to 2. For the employee ID employee ID student ID 2, this update last name as a second last name as a Java. This I want to update. If you want to update multiple fields also, it is possible. Instead of 25, just give 30. I want to update age and last name both. Okay, I want to update all the fields except ID. All things I can do with the put method. This is student data updated successfully. Just go to that data. First, ID 2, PM3. We check. This post, okay. This put mapping, .emp. Plus. Insert operation taking, somehow we have to tell. But why it taking insert operation? Let's check space. Already printing 0 0. No, it is not correct. Should take ID values. Why it is not taking? Just go to student class. This is ID. Okay. ID equal to 2. Okay, last name, first name. By taking insert operation. We check any other method are there. Save. Yes. So save method is correct, but unfortunately it's not working. Let's try normal approach. Instead of calling that save method, we have another second approach. So if we want to write manual queries, okay. So I want to write my custom query into Spring Boot data API. How to use that? Example, to update data, I want to use the query as a SQL query exactly. Update EMP or student table, right? Student 1. Set last name equal to Java, where ID equal to maybe 2. If want to write this kind of queries manually, still the approach support is there in the Spring Boot API. How to write that I will cover now. So okay, just to give more clarity on that, till now we see that how to use inbuilt methods in the Spring Boot data API. If I want to fire my custom SQL query, I want to work with custom SQL query in Spring Boot API. Still, we can use that. We have to write simple abstract method. Okay, that abstract method may take update. What is the method name I'm writing? Update student name. So there is no syntax for this name. We are writing a query annotation. On the top of method, just write update query annotation. Okay, this query annotation we have to place. In this query annotation, we have to provide our custom query. Is value. Okay, what is the value? Your custom SQL query. Update student1 set. What is column name? Last name. Last name as a Java where ID equal to 2. Okay. Apart from this, we have to write one more tag here. That is native SQL is equal to true. What does that mean? Whatever the query I provided here, that query is a native query with respect to the database. Okay, tomorrow database change, there will be chance of changing this query also. That means native to the database query. Apart from that, we have here one more annotation, it is modifying. That means what? This query is modifying some data at database side. Okay. So here method name is no fixed format here. Method name you can take ABC also. Okay. Just for meaning purpose, I take a update student name. Return type what? Whatever this query returns. Whatever this query returns. This query returns what? Just execute this query in database. Database you cannot see, just use the MySQL command prompt. Okay, use database name what? Statica. So tables. Okay, now execute this query and see the output. Okay. What is mistake? Okay. One minute, I will be back. One second, let me back. See the output here. Once the query executed, there we got some result here. What is that? It's saying row matched 1, changed 1. Changing 1 means what? The integer. 1 row is updated. 1 row is updated. If I run one more query, see the output. This is saying rows matched 4 and changed only 1. See the output. Changes what happened? Select star from. What did change here? This 4 rows changed. That's what it is saying. 4 rows matched, changed only 1. Why only 1? 1 value is there. Okay. The output is written back. This query written back 1 count value. That is why I taken a written type as a int. Tomorrow it is written something else. We can change the type here. Mostly updated query. It will written a type is int only. Okay. What is the meaning of update query? After doing updation, how many rows is changed? What is insert query? After doing insertion, how many rows is inserted? Basically, insert query for 1, we can use the insert all also for multiple rows insert at a time. And delete query for what? Delete also tells how many rows it is deleted. What does it means? How many? Count. Count means we can return a some int value or long value. Okay. Now we'll call this method from the update. Okay. Update. Sorry, I'm calling here update is student. It will not take anything. Return type what? Int. Int I. Okay. Now this is update student. Let's call this method update student. Okay. You see, no matter what data I'm sending here, no matter the ID 1 or 2, maybe last name, first name, no matter here. Here the REST API is only calling this method, that is directly updating the data. Constant value is Java, where ID equal to 2. Take ID equal to 1 now. Already it is updated, right? It is updated Java. So I'm updating into Spring. Okay, this last name has to update for the ID 1. Let's see it will work or not first. Then we'll go for dynamic with data. Just give a request. Student data not updated. There is some issue. We'll see that. Executing update query. Okay. So necessary exception is transaction required. Okay, transaction required. Just we have to place one more annotation here. Are the right transactional? Simple. Okay, just reload application. Reloaded. Do request. You will tell student data updated successfully. For which student data? For ID equal to 1, last name as a Spring. Just check that ID equal to 1, last name is updated as a Spring. That is fine. But here everything hard coded. Tomorrow I want to insert, I want to update this ID equal to, in the case of Java, I want to update as JDBC or servlet. This value I have to update as a JDBC or servlet. How to update that? We have to write one more method like this. No, we have to make this as a dynamic. How to make dynamic? Just give a one param. How to provide param? Question mark you can use. Also we can use here like this. ID equal to ID. How it will decide here? We have to provide an annotation and input. Param in that ln is a key. Okay, whatever ln I put here, same should match. What is that value? Is type string and last name. Second argument is ID. Same take a param annotation. In that, what is key? ID. Type is what? Int. Int ID. Okay. Whenever calling the update student name method, you have to pass the your input. So what is the pass input? S dot get last name. Second one is S dot ID. Okay, these two will be updated dynamically. Whatever last name we provide here, thus last name will take to controller. Okay, that update will pass to the update student method. That update student calling the update student name JPay method. The JPay method first argument is I'm passing last name. Second argument is ID. So in that there is a key last name. Sorry, there is a parameter I'm taking last name. How to provide this method parameter to query parameter here? Method parameter to our SQL query parameter. How to replace this one? That is purpose only I'm taking the parameter. Okay, whatever method parameter I'm taking, this parameter will compare with ln. That ln where it is that query that will be replaced. Simple. Okay, same as ID. Now I'm passing ID equal to 3. ID equal to 3. Java equal last name equal to I'm providing JDBC. First name I'm not touching. Even if write, don't write, no matter. Now give a request. What will happen? It will go to this controller. This controller will call. It will take a student data. In student data we have ID and last name. Okay. Then I'm updating, calling the update student method. Update student method taking two arguments, last name and ID. That last name and ID will be replaced in this query. Finally, what is this query value? Update student one table set last name equal to JDBC, where ID equal to 3. So finally, this value should be updated. Just check the request. The application started. Oh, no, not started. Start that. Okay. Started. Give a request. It is saying student data updated successfully. Okay, go to database and see. JDBC 8 updated. Okay. Update student name, set last name, person. Okay. Then why not updated? Take Java. Okay. Is coming JDBC. ID value 0 coming up. Why? What is the reason? ID value 0. ID. Okay, in column, go to database. Table name is capital ID. Fine. So this ID value not coming. Just check the reason for this. హలో, వినిపించలేదా?
ఇప్పుడు వినపడుతుందన్నా?
బాగా చెప్పాలి కదా. వన్ సెకండ్. బ్రోకేనా? హలో,
ఇప్పుడు
ఓకే అన్న.
వినిపిస్తుంది.
అరగంట క్లాస్ వేస్ట్ అయిపోయిందిగా. ఓకే, సో వేర్ వి స్టాప్ ప్రీవియస్లీ. Okay, update student method. I'm updating student data. Okay, I'm updating student data with normal SQL query. Okay, yesterday we seen that how to use JPA methods, but today I will show one example to how to execute native SQL or normal SQL. I'm writing simple method in the JPA layer. The JPA you can see here. This is a simple method. Here what we are doing, we just writing we just telling to JPA, I want to this query, and thus query result a int type data. That data I want to capture. Okay. After querying this data, we know to spend time to maybe we know to write much logic to work with a JPA implementation. Okay, to check a JPA implementation, we just write a one simple abstract method. This is abstract method under interface. Okay, this abstract method who will implement? That will be implemented at runtime by Spring Boot Data JPA by using some proxy design patterns. It will implement this method and that will internally write a logic to execute this method by using Spring Hibernate. Okay, Spring over the module, and that result will be handed to our client. Who is our client here? Who is calling that method? He is calling. Who is calling? The repository method calling update std method. Okay, that will get a final result. But internal implementation will take care by the Spring Boot Data JPA at runtime. Okay, here I written only one abstract method, but not actual implementation. This I am telling to Spring Boot Data JPA. I want to fire this query. That's it. The return type should be a int, but the internal logic will be taken care of by the Spring Boot Data JPA. Now I'm giving request. I'm giving a request by using Postman. I want to update only one row for where ID equal to 4, last name should be updated as JSP. Just check ID equal to 4 here. This is 4. Right now the value is last name is Java. I want to update to JSP. That too by using Spring Boot JPA query annotation to fire a normal SQL query. Internally, this REST API endpoint calling this service method, the service method calling this actual JPA method implementation. Okay, this JPA method have the query annotation. That query have the native SQL query. It will fire how to replace the dynamic value. I am providing a param annotation. Inside a param annotation, last name and ID I am taking. Okay, last name, how it will replace? To replace the last name value dynamically, I am telling one symbol, it is a colon. It is a colon. What is the meaning of this? It will replace this value dynamically. Who will replace? JPA will be do that. Okay, this is a special key. This is a special key. That is why I am telling into param annotation. But this is a like normal story. Already I told how to work with param, how to work with query params. Okay, let's run this application. Student 1, no, not student 1, this is student only. Okay, just run this. I want to update only last name for the ID 4. Click on this and go to database. I first see the logs. The logs still not printed, waiting for that. So the JSP is updated. Okay, ID number 4. It is updated through what? It is like by using save method or by applying some SQL query. This is SQL query. So previously we tried save method, it did not work. So we'll try again. What is the error? We'll resolve that. Mostly it should work now. So I'm taking another REST API controller. Okay, controller method. here the URL is only same, exactly same, only I appended one just to differentiate, or else I can take save. Okay, internally I'm calling this update student method. Update student method, sorry, update student one method. This update student one method calling save method. This save method, how it works? This object with the employee ID or student ID already exists, then update. That student ID not exist, then insert. Okay, in this case, update student one case, update student save method. In this case, I'm calling another method, service method, that is a underscore save. This method using a save method. Okay, just call this method from here. Go to database for employee or student ID to first name I want to update, last name I want to update, age I want to update. These three fields I want to update. Okay, employee ID 2 or student ID 2. Just take ID equal to last name as a multi-threading, first name as a Java, age as a 10, is capital S. Age as a 10. Okay, if I change this request, update student underscore save, what will happen? It will be check the corresponding ID to exist or not in database. It is exists already. Then update remaining fields, whatever I provided here. Update all remaining fields. Okay, last name update. Okay, first name update as a Java, age as a 10. Now give request and see saying updated. Let's go database and check this. Last name updated, but first name not updated, and age also not updated. See the logs. What is error? Any mistakes we did? Still logs not loaded. Wait, just loaded. Just again run this application. So this ID taking more time to load. Okay, I got input multi-threading Java 10, but why this data not updated? Okay, see here 10 Java multi-threading. It is updated. And again cross check by giving different input. I'm giving as a for employee or student ID 4 is there or not? It is there. I want to update age as a 25. Next, first name as a is 20, but 20 is fine. First name as a, last name as a Java. Okay, this I want to update from the controller. See this, I'm sending requests. It will work or not, we'll check. Let's check the logs. Okay, it is updated, I think. Age, first name, last name. Then go to database. Okay, it updated all data. Okay, now for this, if I give the ID as a 5, what it will say? If ID not found, I think it should be insert. Let's check data. It is inserted. How it will work? Save method internally. Save method will be checked the corresponding ID is present or not. If ID is present, it will be update. Not present, it will be insert. That is a functionality. No matter about the put or post. Even if you use a put, that means there is no meaning to. This is only for the update. Okay, the save method functionality is it will be updated when only the ID is found, primary key ID is found. If it's not found, it will be inserted. Okay, here I updated all the fields. Okay, whatever I want. But if you use one more method is a patch. What is the patch method? Patch method purpose is what? So what is the difference between patch and put? So put is to update data, patch also to update data. Difference is put can be updated any amount. Okay, maybe multiple fields we can update, one field we can update. But patch we can use only for the to update minor fields. Minor means less fields, one or two fields like that. Update patch. This is the controller I'm taking. You can take any controller. Okay, I'm writing code for that first. Just take same code exactly, not much differences. Just only difference is update. Update patch. This is URL name I take in the controller. Then it will take update method name change. This is core Java logic. Should not be same method name. Then student, it will call internally update method only. This update method update only whatever fields we sending. Remaining fields will not consider. Okay, just save that and provide the data here, JSON data. I'm audible, right?
Yes, Anna.
Okay. Okay, I'm giving ID 5, ID 5 already exists. Here I want to update only one field, so provide only that field, not require all the things. Okay, I want to update Java is updated. Java updated for the ID 5, only one field. Send the request. Okay, application down. Application down, just start application. So application is started, right? See the logs is started correctly. Fine, send this request. It is saying error. Request method patch is not supported because this patch type I did not mention. I think this is still put only. This is put only, but I have to change the patch. Okay, what is the error check here? Method not allowed. What does it mean? I'm sending a patch here, but it is put previously. Okay, now I corrected. It is started. Restarted. Restarted. Then request data updated for employee ID 5. Data only updated this one, but it is updated 0. Should not be case like that. I think we have to load something. How to load that? First, for update for the single or multiple fields, we have to do some more logic. First, we have to get the object is dot load or get method or find by ID. Not here. Okay, before saving data, we want to update only one field. So first we have to get the data. Find by ID s dot get ID. Okay, this will return what? Student object. Just we have to copy the changes. I'll explain more on that. Wait 1 second. There are some utility file utils or object utils. Bean utils. Dot copy properties from source. What is the source? Source is I'm taking as a yes. Student is a target. And we'll see that what is the student before saving. I'll explain this. Wait 1 second. Except before save. Just understand what I'm saying, what I'm doing also. Just to how I'm debugging the code. Just before going to save database, what is the object data have? Just I'm printing that. It's reloaded. Else this will be restart the server side. Copy properties, copy the property values from given source to bin target bin. Okay. Source is just from here to here. Just copy that. Postman send updated. See the logs. Logs is important, not about database. It is just before update. Student value is Java updated. On first name is null. Age equal to 0. Okay, so we have a reverse. Wait 1 second then. This I'm not sure. Just why I'm debugging that. Then reload. Okay. Yeah, reload. I view as ready for means your last name update Java updated first. Okay, only last name has to update for this Java updated. Okay, from this see the output. I last. Okay. This is now no effect, right? Oh, Java start 20. Oh, Java start 20. Okay, no differences. So you have to change the logic. It is reloaded. Fine. It is reloaded. 1 second. I'm getting call. Okay, so it is saying updated. Any logs? Okay, this trigger request button. 4. Okay, it's updating as a Java updated first name null. Age 0. Okay, I think I updated this. Okay, so I think there should be some logic to update only specific fields. With that, I have to check what is the reason for that. To update only 1 or 2 columns, I will check with the patch method. Okay, I'll come with that, and next we'll go for next operation delete. If I want to delete data, with the REST API, how to do that? Just write one method first. controller first, public response entity save or delete student by ID. ID I'm taking from path theorem. So only ID, right? I have to pass. So I need to use for the JSON. I can use JSON also. So only one value per pass. No need to take that JSON. We'll take simple path theorem or query param. How to take path theorem or query param? Today we'll try with the query param. So my URL is this one. Student ID value as a 5. That 5 row, 5th row I want to delete. Okay. This is application. What is URL? Delete std. How to pass student data in the query param? Question mark key and value. This is for a query param. Okay, already told, just revise that. Okay, delete method. Just write on controller. Controller will not complete yet. How to read query param data? What is the annotation for this? Response. How to read query param data? See, from postman, I'm sending this data. SID.
Request body. Request param, sorry.
Request param. Okay, what is the key? Key is SID. Int SID. Okay, and we have to write service method also. Go to service class. Just copy same method to implement fast. Somewhat fast. Just replace the method. Delete std. I'll pass input as a student ID. Okay. Here you have to call one method. dot delete student ID by ID not there, no? Delete by ID. Okay, delete by ID. Okay, I'll provide SID and it will delete. After deleting, what is the return type? Return type not there. Just try check return type. It is void. Okay, nothing. No return. Student data deleted successfully. Student data not deleted. If you get any exception. Okay, just call this method from the controller. Yes dot delete student. Provide that SID. And that returns what? One map. Map a string. Okay, that string we have to put into response entity and return back the string data. Delete std. I'm putting status as a delete is deleted or not is failed based on some exception. Okay, this is completed. What is the map annotation for here? In the control layer, put mapping completed, patch map completed. What is the next one? Delete. Delete mapping. What is the URL? This I'm taking this as a URL. Okay, when this controller will call from the application, this may postman or different application also. So this URL match, delete std. Then this is extra parameters, query parameters. It will read from the annotation request param SID, read it. Then calling the service method. This service method internally calling the delete method, delete by ID. This is from the repository interface, not our method. It will delete and return back a response as a string. The string I'm putting in the map, I'm sending back to the client. Okay, just run this application. This started from this application. I am telling to delete only row ID 5, student ID 5. Go and check database. It is deleted. If I give again this request, see that what will happen? Not deleted. What does it mean? That row not exist. That means internally we got some error. Okay, no class for ID. With ID there is no exist. For no class student with entity ID 5. Okay, it's clearly giving the information. I think it is very simple to do the cloud operations. Okay, to do the cloud operations, and on top of this, I told how to work with simple native SQLs. Simple native SQLs. Where is that update? This is a simple native SQL. If you want to run simple native SQL, if it is a delete query or update query, we have to provide transaction annotation. Delete, update, insert. If it is select, these two are not required. These two are not required. Only query family is fine. Okay. And if you want to write our custom query, okay, up to now we'll discuss all the types. Now I'm going with the custom queries. My query is select last name, comma, first name, last name, comma, first name from student 1, where ID, not ID, okay, ID is more than 2, ID more than 2, order by age. This is my custom query. Okay, to write this kind of query in DSL language, this is DSL language. Okay, how query will represent as a method. Okay, internally JPA, whenever executing this method, it will generate some query. What query? Update student method. Maybe if you use the another method, if I show here, if I use this method, delete by ID, what will happen? Internally, it will raise a one query, delete from the student, maybe a student table, where ID equal to something. That query it will fail. Maybe if I want to write my custom query, it is somewhat complex, somewhat giant queries, group by queries, inner queries. How to do this kind of things? Okay, that is like a somewhat complex. To write these kind of things, it's very much complex. I will try to write these in terms of DSL. In terms of DSL, how to write? Find means what? Select last name. Okay, first name, there is no comma in the method name. First name. Okay, from student automatically take, from student not required to specify, by ID, primary ID. Okay, next what is that? Order by, like this I have to write. I don't know it will correct or not. So after writing, maybe running this method, it will return what? It will return a multiple rows. So just check this query. And a mistake. Yeah, okay, first name, last name. This is written what? Multiple rows. Multiple rows, how to capture? We have to capture through list of student or list of object array. Okay, we have to take like this. Here, list of student for when we want written all the rows, but here written only 2 rows. Sorry. I'm repeating again. This query written what? 2 rows with the 2 columns, but actually our table contain 4 rows with the 4 columns. If we are selecting all the rows, then we can use the student type. If we are selecting only particular rows, we can use the object array. This is Hibernate functionality, already told in the Hibernate. Okay, this is written type. So modifier you can use public, it's fine. Order by, fine. Okay. Here what I'm saying, find last name, first name by ID, order by some column name. So find first name, last name by ID. What is the ID name? I have to provide a ID here. Int ID. Order by what? Some column name, string column name, string column name. Now, if I call this method, internally it will fire one query just like this one, just like this one, just like this one, not exactly. Let's see that. We'll call this method from the controller. We'll create simple one. I'm getting multiple rows, get mapping to get the data. Okay, get specific rows, get specific. Okay, not much here. Method name public. Okay, get mapping. Let's copy this one. Okay, this is a instead of list of student, I'll take list of object, array. Okay, list of object array. Get all EMPs specific. Method name is should be different in a single class. That returns what? This method we have to call from the service. So in service, create one method. Get all EMPs or students. Some places I return EMP, don't consider that. Consider that as students only. Initially, I thought to discuss this example with this employee data. Okay, here dot. What is that? Find last name or first name. This one. ID I want to provide here. What is ID? I'll take dynamically from the input. Employee ID, student ID, column name, order column. Okay, first one is ID, order column. That will return one simple object array. That object array I'm returning back to the controller. List of object array. What is list of object array? That we have to identify by going through the Hibernate videos. That's already told in Hibernate. Yes dot get all students. It will be okay. I will send that order by column from the rather query param. Okay, also how to look like. I want to send one more request. That request look like this one. Get request only. That URL is maybe get specific, correct. I want to provide ID value 1 or 2. Okay. One more query param. Order column, maybe just I'm giving order equal to age. Order equal to age. This is the URL. There are two query params. How to read the two query params? Already I told one example how to read query params. Maybe this time I'll go for the one path param, one query param. Here age I'm providing like this. Age as a path param and ID as a query param. Two combinations. This is how to read age value. This is a path param. Path param means we should come in the URL after the slash. Order column. One more is coming in the query param. Query param, anyway, we know that how to read request param. Request param, what is the key here? ID. Key here, ID. Int ID. Second one is path variable. How to read path variable? Path data. Key is order column. the type is string. It is coming as a maybe type is string. We can use or something else. We can use maybe int also fine, right? The value int only. Int age. Okay, let's try this one. And this is id. I'm passing to the service method. This is age. I'm passing to the service method. Okay, service method type is different maybe. Just check this. Get a order column or a value int. Okay, here it will be find by last name, first name, order by age. Okay, we have to use order by age. Order by what column? Age column. This is int. Okay, next is correct now. There no error should be now. Okay, that. Method personal int and different. Okay, is save right already. Repository int already there. But is save not there. Okay, no error. And here no error. This I want to return. All students put into response entity as it is shared as okay. Okay. Now run this application. We'll see that work or not. I'm not okay. It's saying something error. EMP rest field yes. Unsatisfied dependency. No property is okay. Something is saying this is not a valid. No property ID student. There is a something error. That is why it is saying error. So while running application, it will be validated all these custom methods. Order by ID, capital ID, not small. Error again. Okay, capital ID. అర్థమవుతుందా కాలేకపోతున్నా still error. See that at least 2 parameters are provided, only 1 parameter present. Where? Find by age and column, at least 2 parameters provided. Or it is EMP rest unsatisfied dependency. Just read the error, you can understand something. This method cannot create query for this abstract. At least 2 parameters are provided. Print the query. Next exception is okay. Something I understood that the syntax is not correct. Okay, this syntax is not correct. Student repository. Find name, last name, first name by ID, order by age. Correct. Expected one. Okay. So instead of this, maybe I feel that this is not correct, somewhat complex. That a mark I can write a simple native SQL. Right? This is select query. Only query annotation is fine. So take this query. Or take from here. Take from here. What is the ID value? Colon ID colon order by age. So age. What is the age? Why given age? Okay. Think some mistake. I think I am confusing. Let's check this. Find by last name, first name, order by age. Age means what? Order by age should not provide. Order by should be what column? Age column. Okay, string I provided and order by age column. So string I provided and order by age column, it should be a string. Okay, this string, no error, come here. Again, will say something. Order by age is not there. You only order by. Now run this application. AP rest. Error here. What is error? Why errors? We are not showing. Okay, error gone. Now restart application. Better. Restarting. This exception raised. No property order by. Type in transversal. Okay. Let's debug this again. Or order by. No property is found. One second, let me check in Google. Spring DSL order by example. Order by. Order by ID, this ascending. Okay, yes, try this. Yes, still it is error. Invalid order syntax by part ASC. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'm not going much to involve on this. What I will write? Simple custom query I will write. What custom query? Select last name, first name from student 1 where ID more than ID order by age. Okay, age I'm taking like this as it is. Okay, and let's check it will work or not. Run this application again. First name, last name. Okay, here I have to provide param annotation. This param take ID int ID. Okay, this is not taking for now. Let's see that how it will work or not. Deploying error. Unnamed queries found method abstract publish ID found. String optional name. Last name, first name. Where ID. Okay, ID greater than not support, maybe we'll take ID equal to ID. Using name parameters methods. Okay. It is the ID. Optional dot name not found the query. What is the name here? Optional dot name last name first name correct from student one, no, where ID equal to param ID student ID. Okay. Right. I'm trying different approaches. Not found query until now. Oh, why it is giving errors? Run again will not work. We'll go for next topic. Now I'll check with today. I'll check today. Again errors. Okay, fine. We'll go for next topic for today. So mostly we covers how to work with Spring JPA. Okay, Spring JPA database connection, and I also told different approaches to get the data, update data. Okay, how to insert data, all I told. So here, I think it's mostly done. Okay, there is one more concept, Spring JPQL. This is a very simple concept, not much complex. Next one is Spring query annotation, maybe JPA query annotation. Already given example. Tomorrow I'll come with some more query example. Okay, apart from that, the Spring JPA nothing. We will go for next concept. What is there in Spring Boot? What is there in Spring Boot? So in Spring Boot, I told there are 3 concepts still pending. We'll see profilings. What is profiling? What is profiling? So profiling is what? First we'll discuss the scenario where we need profiles. Then I'll discuss what is profiling, how to use that. So this is our application. This is our application. Our application has a multiple clients, maybe one client or multiple clients, that's fine. Okay, we developed that application. Okay, we developed that, it is working fine. Where we developed this is we developed in a one dev environment. First, we will take any application, any your task, you will test in dev environment. Okay, dev means what? Development. Okay, this is dev environment. That dev environment internally may use corresponding database, development database. Okay, that database username passwords, okay, that URL is different. That URL is different. Now we'll see that example, simple example, how to connect database from the Spring Boot application. Okay, already we've seen that. Parallelly we'll develop also one more. Then we'll see what is the dependency, what is the requirement of the profiles. So how to implement this simple application to communicate to database? How to develop? Just create one application. Just create, right click, new project. This is Spring Boot profiles. Okay, next. I'm taking web. Lambo cannot require in this case. JPA not required. Okay, dev tools also not required. JPA need. I'm connecting database, right? JPA need. Click on next, finish. Okay, here we have a properties file. In the properties file, we provide. So in this case, my database name is, my database is MySQL. Okay, in that username is root, password is my password something, URL I'll provide database URL. What is that? JDBC my colon MySQL something at last some database name. DB name is dev. I'm taking dev DB. Okay, this application I implemented. Just write our logic here. I'm copying from somewhere. Instead of writing again. I'm taking all the things. Okay, data source URL, username, password, Java class name, dialect required, port number, okay. And context path is fine. Profile, app. Okay, remaining all are saved. So here database name what I told, it is a dev underscore DB. Now application is completed. I'm changing. Okay. So application is completed. It is working fine. Just write one controller, simple controller. The rest example. How to make this as a REST services. We have an annotation, REST controller. Okay, next take one method simple public list of students. The students not there, just copy that from here. Student is there, but why it not in Lambok? It's okay. Lambok not there, so we have to generate headers and getters. How to generate? Source. Select all, generate. And generate constructor. Source. Generate constructor using fields. Source. Constructor using fields. except all is a normal constructor. So if everything is fine, I think here no errors should be the imports missing lambda data. Okay, no errors. Now start importing here student. Okay, public student list of students. I'll copy directly method, controller method, get all. Okay, see yes, not there. I'm creating a simple repository interface inside our profiling application. It is created. Now user repository, student repository. Yes, sir. So in this case, in this example, there is no service layer. Directly taking a student, sorry, repository layer. Okay, dot get all EMPs. Find all. Student repository. I got data. That all data I'm sending to the client. Now check this working or not. Errors. There is no error. Let's close and open. Okay, no errors. Now start application. Spring profile application. MySQL not there. Just copy that. It is throwing error. MySQL driver or dependency not there. So that I'm copying from the different application and paste here. Yes, still error. What is that? Unknown DevDB. DevDB is not there, so I'm going to create database. How to create database? Command create database dev underscore db. It is created. Now run this application. And failed. For example, optional name. Okay. This repository layer, this is causing issue, so just delete this. Just remove it for now. Application started. Application started. Okay. Now I'm going to give request from the postman or browser also fine. How to give request? Localhost port number 24 / profile app. What is that? Context path profile app. After that, what is the controller method URL? Get all. It will get a complete data. Gives error. Check the error. What is that? Okay, what is the error? Cannot null means solved. Why are you saying SR? This dot SR is null. What is mistake? Just by seeing this, you can understand easily. What is mistake here? This SR saying null. That means what? The Spring is not injected object. Why it is not injected? Just think an answer.
Auto indentation.
Auto is missed. Without asking Spring, how it will inject? We have to tell to Spring, please inject object to here. Okay, run this. Okay, what is that? Code already started. So stop first and start. We started. Go to browser, refresh. We got empty data. Why? Because in the dev DB there is no data. Okay, dev use dev underscore DB. Okay, then right select start from student to one. Nothing data. How to insert some data? I'm giving one. I can insert directly. I can write query also. What is the query to insert? Select. What is the query? Student one values directly. Then first one is, second one is age value is 20. First name ABC. Second name XYZ. Okay, just for differentiate dev minus XYZ hyphen. Insert this, it is inserted and check the data. Okay, it is failed. Some mistake is there. Just try to understand. Insert into table name values. 120 dev ABC grade 4 1 2 3 4. Why? Giving error.
Semicolon.
Semicolon. Oh, correct. Semicolon correct. Data is there. Next, go to the application or browser. Refresh, it will get some data. Anyway, I got data from the dev database. Okay. Now this application I move to the next level. What is next level? Next level means what? So once the code is working fine, that immediately will not go for production. It will go for the next level. That next level is maybe different companies follow different approaches. My company is following integration environment. Okay. Here same situation. For that there is separate database is there. Okay. For int also separate database is there. So that particular database, the corresponding database name is different. Maybe separate database means the companies provided different database, complete different database servers. But in that MySQL, maybe in my local system, I cannot install multiple servers, right? That is why I'm creating another database, into database. Okay. In real-time companies follows different servers completely. But here I can't show by installing multiple servers, MySQL servers. That's why I'm creating a different database. Okay, for that same, just take it here, use, first create database, then use, then insert. Create int underscore database, int underscore db, table name, and insert into this data. That is a int. Let's start one by one. It not exist. Why it not exist? In the code, I have to change that so that it will create automatically. create automatically, but the code should be pointing to the what? Code should be pointing to the int db. Okay. Now run the application. We started, table created, and see that table exists or not. It exists, no data, insert data by using this and see the select data. Again, you see int abc, int xyz. Now go to browser, refresh, you will show the int. Okay, again, here also my code is working fine. Then go to next level. Next level maybe think it is a prod. It is a remove to the actual production data server. Here second. So application move to the production. This is the production server. This is the production server. This production server maybe integration, the server IP maybe it's not local host, it is a maybe 10.20.134.145 example. This is a MySQL IP. This is what maybe in integration 10.20.134.146. Okay, this one is what 10.20.134.147. Okay, these are three different servers: 145, 146, 147. Now, whenever my code is moved to production, this is the production server. Okay, I'm taking this as a production. Production. So what I'm saying in this case, my code has to be implemented to work on a production. Okay, fine. This is production. I have to change here prod db. Prod db not created, so create again. Follow the steps. No table. Insert data. Sorry. The int. So it's not, int not correct. So deleting. Delete. Wait. Int. This is prod db. How to create prod db? By creating database. Prod db. Current one, okay. Use select no table, insert select, select. There is no table. A table not created, so create from the application. By pointing to the prod db, run the application, automatically it create a table in the database side. Table created. Now check the data, empty data. Now it will be prod. Prod data is inserted. Select. This is the prod data. Up to here, fine. No much differences. No much complex. What happened? I designed some code. My code is implemented. Example what? My code is getting some data from the database. So my code is deployed in a production server, or my code deployed in a dev environment. This should be pointed to the corresponding database, corresponding dev database. Okay, automatically. my code is deployed in integration environment, that should be pointed to the integration database. Okay, if my code is deployed in production application, production server, that automatically point out to the production database. So this is the proper approach. What is the worst approach? My code is deployed in dev. Unfortunately, this is pointing to the production database. It is not correct, because if you deploy it in a dev, that should be pointing to only dev database, but not production. If you find a dev database, what will happen? Unfortunately, you inserted some wrong data. You did some wrong data. What will happen? That will be effect for you. That will give escalation for you. But for that reason, whenever we are working with corresponding environment, that code also point to the same environment, other servers. What that means? If I deploy it in a dev environment application server, that should be point to the application server, point to the dev environment database server. Should not point to different servers, different environments. How to manage these things? How to manage these things? So whenever, okay, fine, I deploy into development environment. After that, code is working fine. When I move to the production, do I need to code changes again to point to the integration database server? Okay, my code is working in the development and moving to the integration. Integration, if you do some code changes, the testing team will not allow. The testing team will not allow. Okay, we should do only one change. That will be automatically point to the corresponding environment database. Okay, that code is deployed in production. Only one change we should do. That change will be effect to point to the corresponding database server. How to do manage all the things? How to do manage all the things? For this purpose, we have to use the profiling concept. Profiling concept, how it will be helpful? Spring profiles. If you want to configure, different properties for different properties, different configuration. We have different configuration for different environments. Okay, to auto enable corresponding environment as per deployment. We can use profiles concept. Okay, to create profile, okay, to implement profiles, we have to create multiple properties file for each. Okay, we have to create one properties file, one property for one environment. Okay, we have to create one property file for one environment, and we can enable that properties file when deploying that code to corresponding environment. Okay, I'll give more clarity in this. Don't confuse about words. Okay, fine. For the first step, we have to create one property file, one environment. We have how many environment here, 3 environments. So let's create 3 environments first, 3 properties file. Just copy paste this application -dev. Okay, application -int. Application -prod. Okay, now to tell, okay, first go to dev. What is database name? It is a devdb. You want to change IP address also, corresponding dev IP address you can change in our application. Dev IP address is 10.20.34.145. You can change this also. Okay, and int is this one. You can change IP also when you are working with your project. And prod, this is the database, this is correct. Now, right now my application is going to deploy in development environment. What we do, just enable only this file. How to enable only this file? Now my project is going to deploy in a development environment. I'm going to deploy here. How to enable this properties file? How to enable this? We have one key, spring dot profile dot active or something on the. Okay, spring dot profile dot active equal to dev. I'm writing this in a application properties file. In this means what will happen when application startup, automatically this will be pick up. Automatically this will pick up. This is anyway it is pointing to the dev database. This is anyway pointing to dev database. We'll get a corresponding database data. And tomorrow my application working fine. I want to move to the integration. Just change here spring dot profile dot active equal to int. int. Here small int, right? Same case we have to follow. If it is like capital int, we have to write capital int. Now what will happen if you deploy this application int? Automatically this property file will be pick up. Automatically this property file will pick up. This will point to the corresponding database. Different maybe integration server database. Okay, just for all those things. And then I want to move to the production. Then just change here prod and build the code and deploy into our application. Now test first. I want to deploy in dev. Fine. Go to dev. Go to the application. Start. Run the application. Okay, we see some errors. Okay, you are not configured. In the dev also we have to tell something. Right, all this maybe. Okay, let's try this one. Right. Failed to configure suitable driver. Again, same. You may need to activate not profile controlling. Okay. Let me check what is the reason for this. Spring Boot. Profiles active. Okay. Spring profiles active. Select only. Spring profiles active. And to drive. Okay. Okay, maybe Eclipse may not support this one. Let's try in IntelliJ directly. So not IntelliJ, command line. Try this one. MVN colons, Spring Boot. Failure resolution. Okay, we should run this application command line. Why it is there? Is stated. Okay, it is enabled. You can see here, second line, the following profile is active, dev. Dev is active. What that mean? It is pinned into the application iPhone dev properties. That means it is enabled. It is enabled means the application is trying to connect to this database. Okay, this database. Application started anyway. We'll go to and check. You get some data. You got a dev data. So to move this to maybe next level integration, what I will do, only one change I will do. What I will change here, I will do in the place of dev, move to int. Now again start the application. Now again start. This what how to start? I click application. Here we can see. Here we can see something. What profile is active? Right now it is a profile active int. If I do some request from here, it will get data from the web where it will get data from the int database. What is int database? Int database contain what? This is the int DB. Int DB contain what? There is student one table. Student one table contain int data. What int data means what? Just see that. I'm confused. Okay, this is the int data. This data should be get now. Okay, I did only one change to development to int. If I do the request, it should remain int data. Okay, up to here fine. Int also working fine. Now move to production. How to move to production? I only change one line in the application properties file. That is prod. Prod. What that mean? Right now, my application will be read any data from the prod MySQL, or simply what the meaning of prod? Right now, I am enabling the prod properties. What that mean? application prod properties will be used right now. Application prod properties contain this data. This data will be used for this run. Okay, what that means? Right now, application prod properties file is enabled. Right now, application prod property file enabled, so that application is trying to read from the data this database, prod database. Now start application after changing the properties file into prod. Again restart. How to check the corresponding application pointer of which profiling? Simple. Second line, see that only one profile is enabled, prod. Just cross check. No data from the prod database. Okay. Just to move application from one environment to another application, another environment, we do only one change. That one change automatically points to the corresponding environment database. Okay, that is about profiling concept. Any doubts on that? This is only one approach. To enable profile in Spring, use below property. What is that? Spring dot profiles dot active equal to dev or int or prod, whatever you can specify. Okay, some companies follow more profiles, more environments. What are more means? Int, dev, UAT, prepod. There are minimum 3, maximum 5 to 6. Like that it will follow. So to enable the corresponding profile in the Spring Boot or Spring, add below property in where?
Application properties file.
Application properties file. Okay, just we have to enable this key corresponding value in the application properties file. Automatically that will be affected. Sometimes if you see any discrepancy, it's not enabling, just right click on project, update, Maven update, post update. Just do this, it should be work mostly. Okay, this is about profiling concept. Okay, the notes are given in the paint. Just try to copy here. Okay, it will not work for me now. Okay, you can write it manually. Next, what is next topic? Embedded servers or actuators. Embedded server, I'll tell now the simple one. In terms of interviews about profiling, only one question you will get. What is that? What is profiling? How to enable that? Okay, we can enable the profile by using this approach. First one. Second approach. Maven based profiles. Maven based profiles is somewhat complex, that much simple to understand. We have to do many configurations in the POM XML file. Okay, what is Maven based approach? So in that, well, we are building the artifact, building the code means we have to run Maven clean install or Maven clean package. That time we have to provide Maven install or package -p dev, -p int, -p dev, -p prod, -p UAT, -p preprod. Like that, we have to provide profiling here. Based on what profile they are giving here, the Maven will be enabled, not Spring Boot. Maven will be enabled corresponding profiling, corresponding properties file. Okay, this is second base approach, Maven based enabling. These two are never much. To do that Maven based profiling, maybe right now not situation. I will try to do today night. I will show you tomorrow. It will take some time. We'll go for next concept is embedded servers. So Spring Boot, in Spring Boot, we are adding one starter, that is Spring Boot starter web. Spring Boot something, yes, Spring Boot starter web. You copy from here directly. For MVC based application. Okay, this you know already. So we are adding this dependency or starter, that is fine. This starter automatically embedding the default server, embedding the server into our code only. What that mean? Already told, so now give much explanation. Before Spring Boot, we have to write a code for MVC based application and converting to WAR file and deploy into the server. These are all approach we required. We have to deploy the external application. We have to manually install the Tomcat or something else. But in Spring Boot, the Tomcat only coming to our application. So we no need to deploy again. What that mean? The Spring Boot starter web automatically embedding some servers to our application, our code only. What are all servers Spring Boot support? This is question. This is the question. What are all embedded servers? Embedded servers Spring Boot support. So first one is Tomcat. Second one is Undertow, Jetty. There may be some more, but Tomcat is default one. By default, Tomcat one. If you want to go for Undertow or Jetty, we have to do something extra. Okay. Already we see Tomcat. When our application started, we stop it now. When our application started, we see some log lines also. Tomcat is started. See here. The Tomcat. So starting Tomcat. Okay, starting Tomcat engine version 9.0.71. So I did not tell anywhere to Spring Boot you use only Tomcat. I did not tell. I did not tell to Tomcat to use only Undertow. I did not tell Tomcat to use only Jetty. Why is it taking Tomcat only? Because Tomcat is default. If you don't tell, it will take default. Okay, it will take default. And by default, Tomcat port is
8080.
8080. Why remaining people not responding? It is 8080. Okay, up to here is fine. How to change Tomcat? How to change Tomcat port? What is the tag?
Localhost.
Tomcat port in application. In our code, we need to server dot port equal to something we can use. Okay, up to here fine. So next interview question, what you will face? What you will face? How to change default Tomcat to Undertow or Jetty. Okay, I don't want default server. Okay, in my Spring Boot application, I don't want default server. I want something else, Undertow or Jetty. So previously it is 3 servers only, but now okay, Jetty, Undertow, Tomcat. Okay, fine, 3 only. How to change default Tomcat server in Spring Boot and to the Undertow or Jetty? How to do that? The first step is exclude Tomcat exclude Tomcat from exclude Tomcat from the so by default Spring Boot starter web getting a Tomcat. So to tell to Spring Boot starter web, I don't want Tomcat. For that we have to use the one tag, that is concept called exclude. Okay, how to exclude? There is exclusion tags. Change that to Jetty. Good. Okay. Just see the steps here. It will copy the tags. Okay, this is the exclusion tags. We have to write this one. This is the steps we call as a exclusions. Next, we have to add the second step is add the Jetty server. Add Jetty dependency. This is only two things we have to do.
అన్న మీ వాయిస్ వినబడట్లేదు అన్న.
Okay, okay, okay. Sir. Nice enough. Okay. One second. Okay, it is started. So what I did, just observe in the PUM XML file. As the first step, I deleted the Tomcat server from the Spring Boot starter web. Next, I have to add another server, another embedded server. It is Jetty or undertow. I taken it Jetty. Okay, these two steps we have to follow to avoid embedded Tomcat and use the some other embedded server. See here, what is the, are you finding anywhere Tomcat or something else? Kind profile is prod, then fine. Server installation port number 2024 is fine. And see the logging statement is fine. Develop context, no session. See here, this is the line important. Started Jetty embedded application context. Why it is right now it became Jetty instead of Tomcat? Because we excluded Tomcat and we involved or used Jetty server. That is why it is a Jetty server started. Clear? This is the process to change embedded Tomcat to the some other embedded server, maybe undertow or Jetty. Is clear? Audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
How to deploy Spring Boot application in external server. Okay, what that mean? So up to now, 1 second, I'll save this for future purpose. Spring Boot profiles. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? These two questions, last two questions I'm telling now. In Spring Boot, this is example, this is Spring Boot application. This is a Spring Boot application. This Spring Boot application is containing what? It contains Spring Boot code. Okay, it contains Spring Boot code. Also, it contains the server. Okay. This is a code. This is the server. What that means? Our application only contain both code and server. Our application only contain our Spring Boot code, along with that our default server, embedded server. Embedded server. This is about default one. Or I mean embedding server. Maybe embedded server is Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat or Jetty or under tau. But this is normal application, Spring Boot application. I told already this is default one. This is default one. Want to use some other instead of default, maybe Jetty or under tau, already I told. Okay, already shown to you. Now second scenario is my application is Spring Boot only. My application only is Spring Boot only, but finally I want to deploy this Spring Boot application to external server. This is a external server. Maybe this is a Tomcat. There are multiple external servers, not only Tomcat. The Tomcat is like smaller one. Tomcat or JBoss or WebLogic. Okay, these are many things, many servers are there in the market. I want to deploy in external servers. What that mean? In the Spring Boot application contain only code. Only code. I want to get only code. The server not required, default one not required, this embedded one not required. I want to deploy this Spring Boot code in a external server. Okay, I want to deploy in a external server. How to deploy? This is first scenario. Embedded server concept. This is second scenario, external server. Okay, so in these two cases, first case already I told, in second case, how to deploy our Spring Boot code into external servers. For that, we have to follow many things. We have to follow at least 4 or 5 steps. Just follow the one by one. Notepad++. I have steps. I'm copying from somewhere. Spring Boot. These are the steps. What is the first step? First, change the packaging structure in the .xml file. What that mean? First step is change package structure, package tag in pom.xml file. What to change? I want to change to this. Okay, this is the one. Don't know why 2 times came. I want to change. First, I have to change the packaging structure like this. Maybe by default is jar, or even it is not present also jar only. I want to convert to var file. First, this is the first change. Let's do this. Stop. Go to XML file. Just check for the package statement, package tag. There is no tag, so just add here at last. Anywhere we can add. Maybe I'm adding here after name. packaging. By default is jar. If it not, even not present also, I want to change to var file. This is the first step I have to follow. Okay, this is the first step. Second one. What is second one? See, all Tomcat references are provided. So just add this one. For the Spring Boot starter Tomcat, add this one or exclude. Both are fine. This one or this one. Exclusions. This is also fine. Okay, we can follow any approach in second step. Okay, anyway, second step already did. That's why I'm not doing again. See here in the Spring Boot starter web, I did a exclusion tags. I removed Tomcat, embedded Tomcat. Okay, why we have removed? In the code, anyway, we got embedded Tomcat. First, we have to remove this. Then only we can deploy into external server. To remove this, we have to use the one tag exclusions. We have to use the one tag called exclusions to remove this one. Okay, this is the exclusion tags. What is third step? We need to upgrade the Maven var plugin. Okay, Maven var plugin we have to upgrade. How to upgrade? Just go here. Second step already done. Exclude Tomcat from Spring Boot starter web. Okay, exclude Tomcat from the Spring Boot starter web. Third step is what is the third step? We need to upgrade the Maven var plugin. Why? Because if there is no web.xml file, if it is there, is fine. Check here in our application. There is any web.xml file. SRC main. There is no web.xml file. To tell to Spring Boot application, if the web.xml file not there, even you should not face any issue. That means you should not fail. You should not fail. Purpose only we have to use this Spring Boot var plugin. Where to add plugin? Go to XML file here only. Go down. There is plugins tag here. Spring Boot plugin. Spring Boot Maven plugin. We just add this plugin tag. Between the plugins, add one more plugin. Okay, plugins. Inside one plugin, another plugin, and close the plugins. Okay, it's saying override manual version 3.2. Okay, just don't override. It's not required. This corresponding line number 36 is not required. This is the third step. Okay, what is the next one? Update main class like this. We did already in the starting classes. Just update main class like this. What we have to do? Just go to main class with the main method here. In this class, we have to write one extra things. This one. This is the class name. Main method not required. Okay. This is the 4-step change. Then what is the next step? Okay, 4 step is fine. Next, I think just we have to do Maven update. Right click, Maven update. I see some errors. Still fine. Problems. Problem. What is that? Cannot transfer. Code has maybe where it is. Did not use this in the code, right? Let me check this one available or not. Okay, it is not, it is there somewhere. Maven W. So it is generated. Still fine. Okay, how to solve this? We'll try in the command line. After this, maybe some steps required, sometimes not required. Let's try to remove that error. Maven clean compile install. Anything we can use. I already told different Maven goals. You can use any goals here. Just to check the working fine or not. We are building a var file. See here, it is building var file because I told packaging structure as a jar file. Sorry, var file. What is packaging structure? The code once we completed, we have to build the code into one simple file. Complete code build into one simple file. That may be jar file, Java achu, var file, web achu. Okay, this building is completed. Then go to your target folder. In the target folder, you can see your var file. This is a var file. Okay. After converting this var file, what you have to do? Fourth step did not add. Okay. Then fifth step is run men install or package or install anything. Mean package for to build the artifact, install for to install that artifact locally from command line. Okay, it generates generate var file in target folder. Go to project target folder. Okay, go to target in your project location. This is a Spring Boot profile example is a project name. Inside that the target folder, open here, there is a var file. This var file you have to deploy into your external server. Okay, see var. Okay, deploy this var file to your external, any external server. What are any external server? In the diagram, just see that I have maybe Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic, okay, WebSphere. There are many external servers. We can deploy that. Just take this var file. Okay, stop this application. It's already running. Not running. Now go to your external server. Maybe my external server is deploy. Maybe Tomcat. I'm taking example only. I don't have any WebLogic, WebSphere. That's why I install my Tomcat server here, my locally in C drive somewhere. Program files, Apache Foundation, Tomcat 9, and go to web apps here for delete the first steps. And I copied my jar file, sorry, my var file. Whatever my Spring Boot application is converted into var file, that var file I can deploy into any external server. Then start our Spring Boot application. Sorry, Spring Boot server. Tomcat 9, click on this and see that any errors we face in the console. Should not face any errors mostly. Okay. Server startup, fine. What is this error? Let's check. JSR. Okay, I think this is not stopping our application. It's fine still. Now go to browser. Give this request, same request. Where is the request? This one. Copy from here. Okay, retaking what? So right here. Forget. Tomcat, web apps, the extracted. So I may take like this root folder. I'm not sure. I'm taking that. No, Tomcat is failed. Starting failed. Okay, we'll check this error. What is that? Okay, not running on Jetty. Okay, Jetty is there, not there, right? Jetty is there. You shit. We have to remove this one. We have to remove this one. Again, build the artifact. How to build? Maven clean compile install. Okay, stop the server. Meantime, go to web apps. Delete these folders or var file both. They're giving some errors. Why? Maybe target folder we are in. Come out of this. Then do run. Access. Okay. Cannot access Java access or dot. Okay. This dependency required. This dependency. Let me check how to get that. So in this case, I think instead of exclusions, we can use this one better. I'll show you again steps one by one. Don't add these exclusions. This is correct. Provided means use only at compiler level, only at while running in our application locally. Whenever we deploy into server, don't use that. Don't use this dependency. For that, we can tell through scope equal to provided. What that means? In server already there, this jar file. So don't use this at server side. Whenever it runs server, don't use this. Build is success. Go to your application target. You can see that var file. Copy this. Go to application web apps Tomcat. Paste this. Okay, and go to bin folder. Start the Tomcat. This started application. Okay, the starting. Corresponding profile is rod. Okay. Carry pull for the database connections. Dialect or whatever provided. Entity manufacturer created. Okay. Server is startup. Okay. Now go to browser and hit the your application request. Take more time. It's failed again. This request itself not received. No, the port number is what you given. Let me check what port is started. Port. Somewhere we can see the port number. I'm checking that. We lost that port number. I'll check what is the port number. I can see in that XML file, server.xml file in the Tomcat location. This is my Tomcat. Go to conf. There is one file, server.xml. Okay, open this. Here, there is one tag, connector. The 2022. I think should be the port number. Change this. You got it not found. Okay. So not found. If it is not found means what can be a possible solution? Okay, this is the context path. So whenever we deploy it into application server, maybe external application server, we have to use the corresponding context path. So that whatever context path we provided in a properties file, this will not work because the external application context path is different, internal application context path is different. So that whenever I deployed into application into external Tomcat, external any server, the corresponding jar file name, the corresponding var file name is come as a context path. Okay, what is the var file name? Spring Boot profile example ex-0.0.1 snapshot. That is a corresponding context path. So I want to change that, just change the var file name Spring Boot like that. If I want to show that, I can show now. Just stop this application, delete the folder. Now just I'm using the Spring Boot profile ex. This is my context path. I want to make this is my context path. How to just rename this var file, go to your application Tomcat server, external server, any server, start the server. The extracting, you see that web folder, the extracted, just copy this name. Okay, this should be your context path. Okay, application will be started, request, we got a response. This is the approach to deploy our Spring Boot application to external servers. These are like most interview questions they will ask in terms of embedded servers or external servers in terms of Spring Boot. What is the first question? What are all different servers will support by Spring Boot? First one is Tomcat, Undertow, Jetty. How to change port number? That you know already. How to change context path? How to change context path in the embedded servers?
Server.servlet.context path.
Server.servlet.context path. Okay, that already you know. Just tell in terms of in interview, it will be very easy. Then what is the next question you will face? How to change default Tomcat server to Undertow or Jetty? This is also embedded servers, but I want to change to Tomcat to Undertow. This is the steps 1, 2 you have to follow. What is the next question you will face? How to deploy your Spring Boot application to external any server? External server may be anything. Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic, WebSphere, spelling. Okay, it's chala untayi external servers. So which one I have to change? Okay, to change or to deploy our Spring Boot application in any external server, steps are common. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just follow these steps. Okay, just only here you will face maybe issue. We have to extend one class in our main class. There is one main method there in our class. We have to write only these lines. Okay, only this line. After extend, right, this lines only. Okay, this is about embedded Tomcat server. Embedded servers, not only Tomcat. Okay, so our Spring Boot is very good support have to develop microservices applications. The microservices separate concept, it will take at least 1 month time to teach. Okay, just if you are comfortable with a Spring Boot, microservices is nothing. Okay, just try to learn Spring Boot perfectly, then go for microservices. It's very simple. Okay, so profiling completed, embedded server completed. Next one is actuator. Actuator maybe I'll take today, already 3 hours completed. Okay, actuator I'll take tomorrow, not today. Maybe I'll complete this actuator also. Then I'll start JPA relationships. JPA relationships. This each relationships we have 4 types: 1-to-many, 1-to-one. What are those? We have 1-to-many, one to one, many to one, many to many. Okay. So mostly each one take 1 day, else most otherwise two take 1 day. Okay. We'll take at least 3 to 4 days to complete JP relationships. Then we'll go for the test these tools. Fine. I think mostly next week we'll complete all these things. Everything goes fine. If you have any questions, you can ask me now.